In this 2017 DD Talk, visual effects, VFX, veterans Keith Grant and Joe Skillman share their perspectives on why it's important to foster a culture of knowledge sharing and collaboration within the VFX community. With that philosophy in mind, Grant and Skillman offer their knowledge of VFX. As the session concludes with a look into the future and the role VFX will play in a world driven by real-time ending, it was an insightful talk that's definitely still worth watching. So developers should not miss the opportunity to do so now that it's freely available on the official GD YouTube channel. In addition to this presentation, THEGDC Vault and its accompanying YouTube channel offers numerous other free videos, audio recordings, and slides from many of the recent game developers conference events. And the service offers even more members-only content for DD Vault subscribers. Those who purchased all access passes to recent events, like DD Vault, already have full access to DD Vault, and interested parties can apply for the individual subscription via the DD Vault subscription page. Group subscriptions are also available. Game-related schools and development studios who sign up for DD Vault Studio subscriptions can receive access for their entire office accompanied by contacting staff via THEGDC Vault Group subscription page. Finally, current subscribers with access issues can contact DD Vault technical support. High school is a mess of social anxiety and testing anxiety, and monster problem from Beautiful Glitchily as to the trouble by having you deal with it all in a high school filled with monsters. You have only got a few weeks to find a creature date before prom, and have to deal with all of the absurd situations that come up in a monster high school in this multiplayer dating game. Monster Prom Second Term is the DLC follow-up to the popular dating sim, adding additional content and more creatures for you to romance. Gamasutra spoke with Julian Criano, creative director of Monster Prom Second Term, to talk about the challenges that come from creating more content for a narrative game without breaking the lore of the first, as well as the thoughts that go into expanding on what your fanbase loved from your initial work in with, that they will continue to enjoy. Most honest reason, we promised it on our Kickstarter as a stretch goal. But after the game released with great success, we knew we had the resources and an audience to do something with, loved to go deeper into the lore of the game, to keep exploring who these characters were, and how we could disrupt the rules we ourselves created for the base game. So, we wanted to create a new set of characters to keep interacting with the original ones in new ways. We wanted to dig deeper into some minor characters. We wanted to break some rules in order to surprise our fans. Of course, this depends a lot on the kind of game you are working on. Ours is a game about narrative about characters. It is a game designed for fandom, rather than for the awards or the middle. So, I think a good DLC has to scratch the fans' itch for more adventures, featuring their favorite characters. A good DLC has to keep with the winning formula, while exploring how it can be done differently. So, a good DLC for this kind of game should bring the fans more of what they loved from the base game. Show them the depths of the lore. 3. Offer twists they do not see coming. The biggest challenge is keeping things fresh. How can we assure the game will be a sweet treat, instead of something that is getting old fast? Yes, the community and their feedback affected our DLC. Some choices were made long ago, but some were made when seeing how people reacted to the game. Some new stuff came from things we saw from the fans. We have done this since the beginning. I remember long before release we had a fan that followed development for some time. He was obsessed with the yellow playable character, who had no name at that point. Once, he tweeted about how he'd decided to call him us in order to refer to him somehow. We were like, okay, sure, and so that became his official name. Close to release, we showcased the game at PAX East 2017. We ran a drawing contest, and one of the winners told us, at Monster Prom at Jazzbox, the two best characters in the game pick. Twitter, COME08XBWLZES. We found it hilarious and decided we needed to make a plotline about romancing the narrator, and so we did. One thinks which no tropes can bring more fun to the table, and how they can, at the same time, expand the existing game's narrative universe. Dmitri is the broody TV show villain, while also providing more room for the Coven to grow. Calculaster and Zoe are both minor NPCs from a secret plotline that promoted to love interests, while also offering great mood, tropes, robots, and being a fervent fan. Dahlia is not only a good-intentioned intense girl that's all about rivalries, but also the rival to Damien. Blonde is, well, Miranda's sister. Violet and Tate were born from one realization. Monster Prom is all about getting a date, but no one is actually dating. So, we explored a very toxic couple, while creating a new type of villain. Those people that pressure everyone into being in a relationship, assuming being single is bad. I have to say, creating new characters is a challenge, but a very delightful one. There was one clear rule: when adding new events to the DLC, all of them, minus plotlines, had to include one of the two love interests. As the main focus of the DLC is their inclusion into the game, that did not stop us of including the original characters there, too. In general, we try to make each event their own, so even events within the same part of the game have been trying to seek uniqueness while keeping a similar formula. The base idea is to first create an absurd prompt that pairs stuff easily recognizable by the player, like a trope with some unexpected twist. From there, it's all about designing narrative sucker punches. First, a sucker punch comes from the main conflict of the event. The recognizable situation is disrupted by an unforeseen conflict, and we need to avoid the options. We brainstorm potential solutions that subvert expectations. This time has unexpected twists for the unexpected conflict. Finally, we try to tangle our way into far more twists, one for each outcome. How can we develop an outcome for each option that surprises again? I play my part as creative director by preparing this foundation. I write the prompts, the options, and some of the outcomes ideas, and then I give the result, usually a page with ideas on how to direct the event, structured on these 7 parts, to the writers, who translate these ideas into hilarious dialogues. Another important criteria is to build event ideas that play the different characters in the way fans love, but at the same time trying to provide slightly new takes on them. The goal is to keep feeding fans with the characters they love while slowly giving them some depth, without sacrificing their product and clearly defined personalities. Of course, with around 500 events, therefore around 1,000 options, 500 outcomes, and probably 3,000 twists, 000 jokes. Not all of them can be winners, but we'll do our best to keep it as fresh as possible. We are happy so far, with 200,000 people who own the game, which being a multiplayer game, we want to assume maybe around 500,000 people have played it. at least once the game, and a super strong active fan base. It shows us that even if we still have a lot to learn, we are probably doing some things right. Two challenges appear in front of us now. First, starting to work on a new project that builds on web, that can, in its own way, build its own fanbase while pleasing part of the Monster Problem 1. Second, tackling the next logical step for Monster Problem, a sequel. And you know what? Pretty soon we will be launching a Kickstarter campaign. At that, we are nervous, but we are ready to start. Slack, a popular team-based communication tool in tech spaces, has issued a wave of sudden bans to users on the servers it says have ties to countries sanctioned by the United States. The deactivations themselves were sudden and instantaneous, meaning that any devs doomed by Slack to originate from Cuba, Iran, North Korea,